Just wanted to start everyone off with a quick recap so you can follow along with the maps at home. We spent 2 days driving between Nassau and Suffolk County off the Long Island southeast point. Then we made our way into Connecticut, where we did 6 DeLorme pages along the western edge, and now our quest to complete all the DeLorme pages in Connecticut continues. This morning, Aichan and I woke up nice and early and took a stroll into the Upper Bantam River Preserve. She was a little wary of hiking out on a trail like this morning. She stopped at the trailhead and looked back at me and was like, I don't know. You tell me, Mag, is this going to be that kind of day? But I promise, Aichan, today is going to be much more to your liking. Come on, just have a little faith.
Hey travelers, it's I and Mag on day 5 of our trip across the contiguous United States. We're shooting here from the edge of the Bantam River in Litchfield, Connecticut. The name of the game today is all about DeLorme pages. Aichan and I will be exploring the entire west side of Connecticut today as we wrap through all the rural areas. Every time we get near a major city, we're kind of going to go around it. So today's going to be all greenery, landscapes, bridges, and who knows what other surprises are in store. Come on, let's go check it out.
It came as no surprise that we saw bridges right out of the gate to start our day. Although I always prefer to see covered bridges in Connecticut, these are still beautiful to cross. The bridges were definitely one of the things I liked about living in Florida too. I crossed the Dames Point often. Those tall double spans really reached for the sky. Every bridge is a unique architectural engineering feat. It's magnificent. No less magnificent than what nature can create, all on its own. It seemed to me today that no matter which direction we turned, there was always some water in sight. It kind of felt like I could always hear a waterfall in the background wherever I was. If it sounds close enough, I'll try to go find it. Sometimes there was no good way to stop. But of course, Aichan and I enjoyed what we could get. I was lucky enough to get to talk to my family, right as my day got started.
Are you working on a video right now?
In front of a tank. I wanted to shoot it.
Fire down the hole! I explored the Grumman Ironworks Memorial as we talked.
Is it cool?
Yeah, very cool. It's a very pretty state. Green rolling hills, lots of waterfalls. You can hear the waterfall from where I am right now.
As one always hopes, the geocaches led to some really interesting places today. We also covered quite a lot of ground. We ate through 200 miles today, 16 DeLorme pages, in the last 3 counties we need. So Connecticut actually used to have only 8 counties. They recently reorganized those counties into regional planning organization. So the new areas on the map gave me a reason to go explore some locations I otherwise might not have seen today, including the Bellamy Faraday House. Tucked right off the edge of the road, you open a gate to drive into the driveway and it suddenly feels like you're in a whole nother world altogether. I've got to see what's down the rabbit hole. Go through the other side of the looking glass. Sometimes I pull over for a random bridge, but sometimes there'd also be a geocache hidden under one of these bridges. That's always welcome in my book. The Shelton Veterans Memorial was certainly awe-inspiring. Each of these 4 tablets have veterans from the local community who passed away during time of the war. A really good way to remember the fall. One of the most amazing parts of the day, though, is the fact that the sunrise lasted for an eternity. It seemed like it stretched on for at least a couple of hours, and the orange hues only got deeper and deeper as time went on. I was kind of sad to see it go when it finally did manage to sink all the way below the horizon. Goodbye, sun!
The star of our show, Aichan. We're on our way out to the Connecticut DeLorme Challenge Final. We won't actually qualify for it until tomorrow, but since we're in the area, we're signing on it today. Aichan's actually pretty tired from our hike down to the Bantam River this morning, so she's told me she wasn't willing to go on any additional hikes. Looks like it's gonna be at least a mile in and out to get to the DeLorme Challenge final. So I asked her if she'd like to go in her backpack. Obviously, she said yes. Surprisingly, Ai-chan hiked all of Central Park over the day and a half that we spent there. That was easily 12 plus miles to do the 32 bridges and arches. She was definitely tired. A couple of times along the way, I'd try to get her in her backpack to hike. She was clearly tired. She absolutely refused. I'm starting to think maybe she was a little shy with all the people around, because seeing this trail as empty as it is, she had no problem at all sitting down and getting geared up. And as you can see, she's as happy as a clam. Ai-chan's quickly closing in on 15 years old now. We've been geocaching together since 2010. When we first started caching, she loved to hit the trails. She would always be the first one in front of the group. She'd get up to the top of the trailhead where it forked, and she'd turn back over her shoulder to wait for the next signal. As she's gotten older, she's become less and less willing to do the miles. For the rest of the trip, I think I'm gonna limit her hikes to half a mile, maybe a mile round tops, and that's gonna be about it. Anything else, I think we'll be doing this, as long as she'll let me, of course. At one point, Ai-chan had breathing problems. She was really struggling to get air, and we were concerned, so we brought her to the vet. The vet told us that Ai-chan probably only had about 6 months to live. If we gave her the surgery, they expected no more than 9 months or so. That was 4 years ago, and she's still kicking. So I'm doing everything in my power to make sure she can stay out here with me as long as possible. She still loves the trails, and I still love having her along with me. She's also a really good road buddy. She's gotten comfortable in the car, having been on the road for about 2 weeks now. She easily falls asleep and looks totally in her zone. When she wakes up and looks over, she sees me next to her, lets out a little dog smile, and comfortably goes back to sleep. It's really nice to have a backpack like this that I can bring my senior dog along with me. It's too hot to leave her in the car, and it's definitely too far to ask her to walk today. At her age, I'm just grateful she's still with me. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure she can enjoy every minute we spend on the road, and not to put too much undue stress on her. This is the point in the hike where Ai-chan would have told me, "No thanks, buddy. I'm heading back to the car. I'll see you when you get back there." All right, we made it. Found the Connecticut DeLorme Challenge. Unfortunately, something found it before us. The contents are all strewn around the ground out here. Not to worry, I'll get that all cleaned up and then put back where it belongs. So it turns out the hike to this challenge was uphill the whole way. So I definitely got my workout today, and Ai-chan was looking at the course we climbed and still just as happy as could be to be climbing on my back instead of on the floor.
I let Ai-chan walk the last part of the trail downhill by herself on her own 4 paws.
Walking downhill is definitely preferable as we make our way back to the car. Almost back to the car, Ai-chan. Just downhill past the stream from here. You got that. Oh, through the forest and over the river. Back to the car we go!
Today we covered the western half of Connecticut, working on the DeLorme Challenge. We still have about half the pages left to go, but we made pretty good progress today. Looking forward to completing this thing tomorrow. This is the wrap for our day. I hope you've enjoyed traveling along with Ai-chan and I today. We've certainly enjoyed having you. Like and subscribe. See you all out on the trail with us.